Edward Eddie Reyes is running for member of the council, District Number 9. His official occupational designation on the ballot is educator. Thanks, Mr. Reyes, for being with us today.
Thank you so much. A pleasure to be here, Ellen.
Great. Well, we want to tell you there are some ground rules. You'll have 2 minutes per question, and all of the candidates we speak with will be posed the same questions, and we'll have the same time limit.
Wonderful.
Why don't we start off by telling our viewers why you want to run for elected office?
Okay. Well, I think people are hungry in my district. But let me rephrase that. I think people are starving for a change. I think people have lost a lot of confidence, a lot of trust in governments, and I don't think that should be the case, Ellen. For example, in our district, we have the lowest voter turnout rate. In our district, we have the highest murder rates, and I don't think that is right. I think what we need is leadership. We need a strong leadership, someone that unites the people. Now, there are some things about me that I'm very proud of. I was born in the district. I was raised in the district. I live in the district, and I also work in the district. So those qualifications are something that money cannot buy. So I'm very happy. But the most important reason why I'm running, Ellen, is because the people put their confidence in me. I cannot let the people down. I cannot and I will not let them down.
Please share with the voters who are watching some of your background and qualifications that would make you suitable for this post.
Okay, well, you know what people say. They say, Eddie, I say, you're young, you don't know everything about city council. And I say, you know what? I say, you're right. I am young, and I don't know everything about city council. For example, I wouldn't know how to fix a sidewalk. But I know this much. I know how to get people. I can work with people together to get the job done. Woodrow Wilson once said, I use all of my brains, but I also use other people's brains. So that's one thing that I focus on. Another great qualification that I have is that as a member of that community, I understand the people, I understand the issues. I fought hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder with people. And that's the most important qualification that I believe is having the trust of the people. And I have it, and that's why I'm running.
What do you believe is the most critical issue for District Number 9?
Well, Ellen, I remember when I was in school, in grade school, and I never picked up an instrument. I was 28 years old when I first picked up a guitar, and that's pretty old. But I think we need more resources. For example, more schools that develop that artistic talent. More resources in the libraries. If you go to one of our libraries, we have like shelves that are not full. They should be full. They should be there should be more computers, and the libraries should be open more. And another thing, we want to have community centers, more where people could develop their talents. I really believe this, Adam. I really believe that great artists are going to come out from our district. And I also believe that we're losing too many prospective artists just because we do not have the resources in play. But we're going to get there, and I'm very optimistic about that. And I know that our community shares that optimism as well.
If you are elected, what would be your top priorities?
Okay, top priorities. Number one, I think that there are 3 areas that we should focus on. Number one is unity. And I'll tell you why unity is important, because if we do not have a strong community, then we cannot go places. We want to focus on 4 areas of the community. Businesses, 1, churches, schools, and existing organizations. If we have those mechanisms in place, then we can achieve a lot of great things. And number 2 is ownership. A lot of people in our district do not own homes, and we want to increase the number of home ownership. And what that will do is that will create a lot of pride. And that's what we need. We need a lot of pride. And number 3, I want to embark on a huge public works project. Clean streets, beautiful clean streets, trash picked up, bulk items picked up, streets repaved, sidewalks fixed. And so it's looking very good. And I'm very honored that my community has put me in this situation. And I share their hope and their enthusiasm to make this community a lot better than it is.
If you're just joining us, we're talking with Edward Eddie Reyes, who is a candidate for member of the council, District Number 9. Let's continue. Share with us some other top issues that you believe are important for this position and what your positions are on those issues.
Well, I think one of the most important ones is dealing with schools. Now, I know the city council and the school board are 2 separate entities, but I think that the city council does have a responsibility to be active in the schools. And one of the issues that bothers me a lot is when I go to graduations, and my own graduation. I went to Thomas Jefferson High School, and we had about 300 people graduation class. And I see that as wrong. So we have a very high dropout rate. So that's an issue that I want to focus on. And I want to focus on two things with the schools. I want to help create programs. I want to help reinforce programs. For example, when I was working at Jordan High School, we had a very successful academic decathlon team. Not only that, we also had a guitar club. And that gave students somewhere to go and something to do. And that also helped them develop their talents. And number two, I think we should re-examine our curriculum. When we have a very diverse community, we have African Americans, we have Latinos, we have Asian Americans, and we have white people in our community as well. And I think that a curriculum should be tailored to engage those students. And I think by doing that, we could generate a public school system where more people will be inclined to go on to college, and then we see the fruits of our labor in that sense.
And you talk a lot about improving education. How will you go about accomplishing these objectives you've just mentioned if you are elected?
Well, I think that would be definitely the most challenging part, but it also will be the most enjoyable part, because I like talking to people. I like working with people. I think people bring in their own universes, and they have all these great ideas. And as a city council person cannot do everything alone, and yet a community person cannot do everything alone. So we have to build those strong foundations, those strong communication. We have to build a strong partnership to make these goals achievable. So we want to focus on 4 entities that already exist: the churches, the schools, the organizations, and businesses. From our contact with them, we've gotten a great response, and they all have the same purpose, the same goal, which is to improve our community. So we look forward to struggling together and achieving things together.
Is there anything else you want to add and say to the voters who are watching?
Yes, absolutely. I want to say, please, on March the 8th, go out and vote. Even if you don't vote for Eddie Reyes, but go out and vote. We need that. We need government to work for the people. That's why it was created. Vote for Eddie Reyes, though.
Eddie Reyes, thank you so much for joining us today on our program.
Thank you, Ellen.